So this is one of those upgrades that doesn't look exciting on the surface, but once it's inside your system, you feel it every single day. The Samsung 990 EVO Plus 1TB SSD sits in that sweet spot where performance, efficiency, and future-ready design all meet. On paper, you're looking at read speeds up to around 7,150 megabytes per second, powered by PCIe Gen 4x4, with partial Gen 5x2 compatibility built in. And while those numbers sound technical, what they really translate to is speed you can actually feel in real use. From the moment your system boots, everything feels tighter and more responsive. Windows loads faster, apps pop open with less delay, and even heavy creative software feels like it's been fast-forwarded. It's not one dramatic moment, it's a constant reduction in waiting time across your entire workflow. What's interesting is how invisible the upgrade is once installed. There's no noise, no moving parts, nothing flashy happening in the background. But the experience changes in subtle ways that stack up quickly. Large file transfers don't drag like they used to. Game installs and updates finish noticeably quicker. And when you're juggling multiple heavy tasks, the system just feels more stable under pressure. Samsung's Intelligent Turbo Write 2.0 plays a big role here. Instead of performance dropping off when the drive gets pushed hard, it helps maintain faster write speeds for longer periods. That matters more than most people realize, especially if you're installing large games, working with video footage, or moving huge project files around. It's the difference between a drive that feels fast for a few seconds and one that stays fast when it actually matters. Thermals and efficiency are also handled in a very balanced way. This isn't a flashy, overbuilt SSD with massive cooling requirements, but it's designed to stay consistent under normal and even moderately heavy workloads. For most users, it will run smooth without any extra setup, though pairing it with a motherboard heatsink is always a good idea for sustained heavy use. Another key advantage is compatibility and future-proofing. Even if your current system is only running PCIe Gen 4, you're still getting top-tier performance. And if you upgrade later to a Gen 5 platform, this drive is already prepared to operate in that ecosystem without immediately becoming outdated. That kind of flexibility is important because storage upgrades aren't something people want to replace every year. In gaming, the improvements are subtle but real. You're not suddenly getting higher FPS, but load times shrink, fast travel becomes quicker, and open-world transitions feel less interrupted. Games simply feel more responsive because data is being pulled faster and more efficiently. For creators, the difference can be even more noticeable. Editing high-resolution video, managing large asset libraries, or working with complex timelines becomes smoother. Scrubbing through footage feels more responsive, caching happens faster, and exporting projects doesn't stall your workflow as much. It's one of those upgrades that quietly improves productivity without demanding attention. Installation is straightforward as well. It uses the standard M.2 2280 form factor, so it fits into most modern desktops and laptops that support NVMe storage. Once installed, there's no maintenance or configuration needed. It just works in the background, consistently delivering speed when your system needs it. The real value here isn't just raw benchmark performance. It's how stable and predictable that performance feels in everyday use. Some drives peak fast and then slow down under pressure. This one is built to hold its pace more reliably, which makes your system feel less like it's struggling and more like it's keeping up with you. At the end of the day, this kind of SSD doesn't change what your computer is capable of. It changes how quickly you can access that capability. And once you've experienced that level of responsiveness, it's hard to go back to slower storage. If you're planning to upgrade, check the link in the description for current pricing and availability, since SSD prices can vary depending on region and timing. Because once your system stops making you wait, everything else just feels faster too.